Welcome to the Dreams of Consciousness podcast. If you'd be so kind, would you mind introducing yourself?
Thank you. Yes, my name is Estefan Carrillo, and I play bass in Hazemaze.
And Stefan, how would you describe the music of Hazemaze?
Oh, we describe it as heavy Sabbathian doom rock, something like that. To put it, that the easiest way to put it, I guess.
Sabbathian meaning Black Sabbath, right?
Yeah, I guess something like that. We do have other influences like heavy rock. We're very influenced by Kiss and other 70s rock band like Glitter Skinner, Pentagram. But yeah, the core is Black Sabbath for obvious reasons. It was the first band that introduced us to heavy metal. It was the first band that taught me how to play heavy metal on guitar. So we ended up worshiping Black Sabbath when we were in our early 20s, when we started the band back in 2016. It was like rediscovering music again, I guess. But then again, we are also influenced by other of our contemporary bands like Cadaver, Uncle Acid, and there's so many too. But of course, the Witchcraft, Graveyard. There's a whole lot of contemporary bands that has influenced our sound over the past 5 years. So yeah, so it's a mixture of all the things that we enjoy from the doom and heavy rock scene.
Beyond genres and influences, would it be fair to say that Hazemaze makes slow heavy music? Like the emphasis is on the slower side of things?
Well, yeah, that was, well, not always. I would say more repetitive riff music. We do want to have a balanced mixture of slow songs and fast songs as well, and try to balance them out as much as possible. But yeah, doom rock is essentially heavy and slow paced music and very, very, very repetitive. So yeah, I guess slow heavy metal would suffice.
You mentioned repetitive. Do you find that repetition is an important element of either doom rock or your own music?
Well, the majority of the songs that we play are repetitive, like not all the time, I guess, but if the riff is good, we try to find ways to go back to that riff, or perhaps do an alternative version of that riff within the same song. But it's riff driven music, so the tendency of reusing that riff is essential, I would say. So yeah, it's really important.
Can you tell people a little bit about the history of the band and how the three of you got together?
Oh yeah, of course. We started back in 2016. The spring of 2016. It started, me and Nils, the drummer, we played in another band, but it wasn't happening that much. But me and Nils, we wanted to continue playing, so a friend of ours, Emil, he introduced Ludwig to us, and we got acquainted, and we said, well, we are starting a new band and we're going to play garage punk-ish. If you want to join, then please do. Because I knew he is a really good guitar player. So I really wanted him in the band. And we started playing like a week, like 3 or 4 days after we met for the first time, and we started playing like what was the band that we played some Kiss songs, and we played some early 60s songs. It was really this got nothing to do with the music that we play today, but we were having a struggle finding our sound. But we knew that we wanted to play together because the chemistry that we had was something that I never felt before with any other constellation that I've played in my previous years. So we started to listen. Ludwig started to show me a lot of like 70s band, because I was really disconnected from that genre a lot, because I was more into punk and hardcore during that time, and of course garage rock.
You mentioned starting off or wanting to play more garage rock music, and then also that Black Sabbath was a bonding band for you and the other members of Hazemaze. When did the type of music that you eventually started to play, when did it become clear that that's what you wanted to make?
Well, it was like we released the first EP back in 2016, the same fall, but we weren't content with how it came to be. We didn't have like a clear voice, and we didn't know what to do, actually, to be honest. It wasn't like on the brink to, well, for me at least, I wasn't that sure if this band would even survive a year. But then Ludwig wrote the riff to Wall of Confusion, and that was perhaps the defining moment in our band that helped us find our sound, something like that. And then after we wrote Wall of Confusion, which is the opening track on our self-titled record, we started to understand our music better, and the riff and the music just came along and just happened naturally. So I always say, yeah, Wall of Confusion was the song that really helped us develop the sound that we have today. And we are really blown away still that people like the song still. So we're pretty proud of that song and that record as well, even though with this new record, or like these two records that we released prior to that, it's the antithesis to that, but people still enjoy it, and I guess we did something right with that record. So yeah, pretty much it.
You went on to record your self-titled album, which you released in 2018, and then you followed it up at the end of 2019 with Hymns of the Damned. Can you tell me a little bit about your songwriting process at the time?
Well, when the last two songs on the self-titled record was when we started to really understand the music that we were playing, and we wanted to write more like evil stuff. I don't know. We really liked the idea of writing the malicious riffs, trying to find a way of conveying that dark and gloomy feeling that we, like for instance, we started listening to a lot of traditional doom metal, like Saint Vitus, Cathedral, and we wanted to get more into that because that was the music that we really enjoyed, and we were starting to get into that direction. And we recorded Hymns of the Damned. We said that we had to write the heaviest riffs that we can. So it was really, we put a lot of emphasis on writing riffs, and that helped us to create that that feeling of occultness, of the occult. And but we didn't want to get like too into the occult because we're not that much into it, but we like the idea. But we for that record, the Hymns of the Damned, we were really inspired by Church of Mystery. I don't know if you can tell, like for the songs of, like, for instance, Solicitor of Evil was inspired by Church of Mystery, and that thematic nature of storytelling about like serial killers and their vile intentions towards other is just helped us create that feeling. So
in terms of coming up with riffs, do you and Ludwig come up with riffs individually and then bring them to the group, bring them to band practice, I guess? Or do you guys start off with jams, or do you individually try to come up with riffs and arrange songs?
Yeah, more or less. Sometimes I have a riff and I either record on GarageBand or record on my phone, depending on how like inspired I am. And Ludwig does the same, and we just either just drop it on like Dropbox or anything so that everybody can listen to it. And then when we go to practice, we try out riffs and see if it works. So it's mostly just a combination or a mixture of different riffs that will turn into a song. Sometimes I have a intro riff, verse, and chorus. Sometimes I only have the chorus. It depends. But we try all of the riffs at practice together with Nils, because we jam the songs together to see if it really works or not. It's not like Ludwig just write a whole song and then we have to adapt to that arrangement. All of the arrangements we do during practice together, and that's what we've been doing like for the past 5-6 years. And in that way, we can create that dynamic within the band, and we record everything live as well. So that's basically the process of our songwriting.